Hi, I'm Joe Alden, MD, also known as Dr. Bones of www.doomandbloom.net, where you'll find 700, articles, podcasts, and videos on medical preparedness for any disaster. Together with my nurse practitioner wife, Amy Alden, we're the authors of the #1 Amazon bestseller, The Survival Medicine Handbook, the New York Times bestseller in health, the Ebola Survival Handbook, and the designers of Doom and Bloom's Survival, a great way to get the whole family interested in the preparedness mindset. I recently received a communication from a paramedic who asked what I keep in terms of silver and gold for barter purposes in a collapse. In a true collapse, having some of this on hand would be very useful, but only in the early stages when people don't yet realize that money may be worthless in terms of your chances for long-term survival. Food, items for defense, and medical supplies will, over time, become the most valuable surplus items that you can have for successful trading. Food will be in short supply, especially in urban environments once grocery stores are empty. Few have the knowledge of how to grow their own food through gardening. Gardening has a learning curve. It's subject to the whims of the weather, such as the amount of rainfall, storms, extremes in temperature. Soil conditions and pests will also be a factor, depending on where you live. Although I've been through Master Gardener training in my state, I still sometimes have failures in my attempts to grow certain crops. Now, once people know you have surplus food to trade, items for defense will be important for protection. It's hard to believe that the desperate or unscrupulous would not make you a target in times of trouble. Now, whatever materials you have for home defense, make sure you know how to use them safely. Practice with them regularly. A gun, for example, in the hands of the inexperienced, may be a danger to themselves as well as to those who wish them harm. So why medical supplies? Medical supplies and the knowledge of how to use them will eventually, in my opinion, become some of the most valuable items to accumulate in quantity for barter purposes. You can make a wound with a weapon, but few will have the things necessary to heal a wound. Having bandages, antibiotics, blood clotting agents, other medical materials, this will give you purchasing power in a world without ATMs, effective water treatment, or rule of law. This is why you can never have too many medical supplies in your survival storage. You'll be surprised how many dressings one significant wound will consume. Don't forget that you'll be in charge of caring for that wound from beginning to end in a true survival scenario. Barter only what you can spare. Don't forget the value of your medical knowledge as a trade item. Not everyone knows how to stop bleeding, deal with orthopedic injuries, perform long-term wound care, or treat infection. If you're the medic, your services have a value. What do you think that value would be in circumstances where a family has a child that's sick or a loved one that's injured? To me, this is a compelling argument for taking the time and effort needed to learn these skills, even in normal times. This doesn't mean that you should expect something in return every time you help someone in medical need. The value of goodwill in a community is not to be underestimated. However, grateful parents, if they're able, will often want to reward you in some way for saving a child's life, and this might increase the chances for your own family's survival. Indeed, your services may become so valuable that you'll become an asset that your community will make a priority to protect. Food, water, and shelter are the most important things to have if things go south, but medical supplies and the knowledge of how to use them is a strong second. An understanding of what plants in your area may have medicinal value will also help, as pharmaceuticals will run out in a long-term survival setting. Now, I strongly encourage you to become a medical resource by learning skills that might save a life in dark times or even today. You'll benefit your family, your community, and greatly increase the chance that you'll succeed even if everything else fails. This is Joe Alden, MD, that old Dr. Bones, wishing you the best of health in good times or bad. Thanks for watching. Learn more about how to deal with medical issues in survival settings with our book, The Survival Medicine Handbook, available on Amazon, or get a personally signed copy at www.doomandbloom.net. You'll also find Nurse Amy's entire line of medical kits and supplies at store.doomandbloom.net.